Have you ever wondered how your favorite gadgets, sneakers, or even that quirky mug you ordered online make their incredible journey from distant factories overseas all the way to your doorstep? It might seem like magic, but there's a fascinating system at work behind the scenes. This system is called global logistics, and it's powered by a universal set of rules and agreements that keep everything running smoothly, no matter where your stuff comes from. At every step of the journey, from the factory floor to your front door, someone is responsible for making sure your package gets where it needs to go. But who exactly is in charge at each stage? And when does that responsibility shift from one person or company to another? To avoid confusion, costly mistakes, and endless arguments, the world relies on a secret language for shipping: Incoterms. Incoterms are simple, internationally recognized codes that clearly spell out who pays for shipping, who arranges insurance, and exactly when the risk transfers from seller to buyer. Without these rules, global trade would be a confusing mess, full of missed connections, lost packages, and endless disputes. Thanks to Incoterms, everyone involved, from small business owners to massive factories, knows exactly what to expect, making international trade possible for all. So let's unlock this secret language together and discover how it keeps the world's goods moving safely and efficiently. Incoterms stands for International Commercial Terms, global rules published by the International Chamber of Commerce. Since 1936, Incoterms have solved disputes by clearly defining who's responsible for shipping, customs, and risk at every stage. They don't cover price or payment, just the logistics, who does what, when, and where. The latest version, Incoterms 2020, reflects modern shipping and business practices. Each three-letter code, like FCA or DDP, instantly tells both sides their duties, costs, and risks. Add an Incoterm to a contract and everyone's on the same page. No lawyers needed. That's how Incoterms make global trade smooth and predictable. Incoterms 2020 is the latest set of international trade rules, and it divides all terms into two main groups. These groups help buyers and sellers understand exactly who is responsible for what, no matter how goods are shipped. The first group, known as the Super 7, is designed to work for any mode of transport, whether you're shipping by truck, rail, air, or sea. These terms are flexible and can be used for shipments that use just one method or a combination of several. XEW or X-Works puts almost all responsibility on the buyer. The seller's only job is to make the goods available at their own premises, like a warehouse or factory. From there, the buyer handles everything else: loading, transport, and export. FCA or free carrier means the seller delivers the goods to a carrier chosen by the buyer, often at a named place. The seller also takes care of export clearance, making it easier for the buyer to arrange the rest of the journey. With CPT, carriage paid to, and CIP, carriage and insurance paid to, the seller pays for the main transport to the agreed destination. CIP goes a step further by requiring the seller to provide insurance for the goods during transit, offering extra peace of mind. DAP, or delivered at place, and DPU, delivered at place unloaded, mean the seller takes care of almost everything, right up to the destination. For DPU, the seller even unloads the goods, making it the only term that requires unloading by the seller. DDP, or delivered duty paid, is the ultimate Incoterm for buyers. Here, the seller covers every cost and risk, including import duties and taxes, and delivers the goods right to the buyer's door. These terms give buyers and sellers the power to choose exactly how much responsibility, cost, and risk each side wants to take on in the shipping process. So, choose your Incoterm wisely. Each one shifts the balance of cost, risk, and control between the parties, and can have a big impact on your shipment. That's how Incoterms keep global shipping clear, fair, and predictable for everyone involved, no matter where in the world you do business. Next, let's look at the special rules and unique Incoterms that apply only when you're shipping goods by sea. 4 Incoterms are just for sea or inland waterway shipping, perfect for bulk goods like oil or grain. FAS, free alongside ship, means the seller delivers goods next to the ship. The buyer takes over from there. FOB, free on board, has the seller load goods onto the ship. Risk transfers once they're on board. CFR, cost and freight, and CIF, cost, insurance, and freight, require the seller to pay for the sea journey. With CFR, the buyer handles insurance and risk once goods are on the ship. With CIF, the seller must also provide minimum insurance for the buyer. These terms are essential for anyone shipping big, heavy cargo across the water. Let's compare some of the most popular Incoterms to see how they work in real-life scenarios and why they matter so much in international trade. XW or XWorks is the bare minimum for sellers. Goods are made available at their door, and from that point on, the buyer takes on all responsibilities. The buyer arranges pickup, export, shipping and import, handling every step and cost along the way. DDP or delivered duty paid is the complete opposite. Here, the seller manages every step, from shipping and customs to import duties and final delivery, making it the most convenient option for buyers who want a hands-off experience. FCA, or free carrier, is ideal for container shipping. The seller hands the goods to the buyer's carrier at a named place, often a warehouse or terminal, and risk transfers right at that moment, giving both parties clarity. FOB, or free on board, is designed for sea freight. Risk transfers when the goods are loaded onto the ship at the port of shipment, making it a classic choice for bulk cargo. CFR and CIF both require the seller to pay for ocean freight to the destination port. But with CIF, the seller also provides marine insurance, offering extra protection for the buyer during transit. Buyers who want more control over insurance might pick CFR, while those who prefer simplicity and peace of mind often choose CIF, letting the seller handle the insurance details. Choosing the right Incoterm can save you money, reduce risk, and prevent unexpected costs or nasty surprises that can derail a shipment. That's why understanding and selecting the right term is a key skill for anyone involved in global trade, from small businesses to large corporations. Incoterms aren't just industry jargon, they're your playbook for success, helping you navigate the complex world of international shipping with confidence. Now, let's see why Incoterms matter for everyone in the supply chain, from logistics managers to finance teams and beyond. Incoterms give you clarity and control in international deals. No more confusion or surprise bills. They define who pays, who's responsible, and when risk shifts, making every transaction smoother. Pick the right term, and you can manage costs, avoid disputes, and protect yourself from loss. For buyers and sellers, this knowledge is power, helping you negotiate better deals and avoid costly mistakes. Understanding Incoterms means you're ready for anything, from a single box to 1,000 containers. It's the secret to building trust and making global trade work for you. Master this language, and you'll be a pro in the world of logistics. That's how three-letter codes keep the world's goods moving, right to your door.